Candace is a young mom of like 3 young kids. She's under a lot of pressure. She's got a big show. It's my prerogative if I say to myself, that is not someone I wish to attack.
I believe that people within that company betrayed Charlie. I'm putting the fire here right at the feet of Turning Point because I am disgusted. None of you guys are behaving in the way that you should be behaving.
Because like I didn't opine on whether it's evil or not, but my position is it's really none of my business. I'm not mother of the internet.
No, but if this were on the left and somebody were accusing Charlie Kirk of his wife having murdered him, I assume that you would be talking about it.
Is that what Candace is accusing Erika of?
Yes.
Of murdering her own husband?
I'm starting to think that the assassination of Charlie Kirk was something akin to a regicide, right? The assassination of a king to install a new ruler who the king would have never approved of.
Okay. Like I said, I don't take in that content.
We just know that he was truly betrayed in one of the most egregious ways that I think I've ever seen. Just nothing in his life was real.
He said that Candace has been claiming Erika Kirk was behind the murder of Charlie, which I had not heard. And I was taken aback because that seems like something I would have heard. It's so crazy. And I have since learned it is not true.
And it's kind of giving me like, I don't know, LBJ, unfortunately sworn in. Unfortunately, of course, he's sad. JFK was shot and killed. And now LBJ has to step up. I don't think LBJ was actually that upset.
Candace has not made that claim. She's specifically been defending Erika Kirk.
It's looking to me like the apparent plan was to assassinate Charlie Kirk, who had at long last faltered on the pro-Israel cause, and then to stage a hostile takeover of his brand and of his legacy.
My goal and my job here, I think, is to try to understand, yes, where Candace is coming from on this.
The decision was made to murder Charlie Kirk, a decision that very clearly had to be approved by Charlie's friends.
Of course, I don't agree with what she's said about Turning Point Erika, and she knows that.
Cam Higbee is on the payroll of Turning Point USA, a very organization that just had its leader assassinated in broad daylight in front of the entire world.
Maybe Candace does want an off-ramp, and I'm willing to try. So Candace and I were in touch, and she was very nice. She said, I'm thrilled it's you. I'll do it.
And my only ground rule is no assassinations. Okay? No assassinations, no funny business. You can't pretend you're going to do it, and then Candace died in a mysterious accident.
What I really want is for Candace to move on from Turning Point and Erika. I have no problem with her asking questions, but not about them.
Obviously, for this to have been pulled off, there had to have been multiple people involved. There had to have been people at Turning Point that were complicit in having this happen.
And I've gotten to know her a lot better over the past 6 months. And actually, I know her better now than ever. And I've learned a lot about what's being done to Candace.
We were told that if we said stop, they would stop. And we said stop. And I'll say it again. Please stop.
Yep.
And it's disgusting, and I'm horrified by what she's been put through.
Because she's a widow, we can't question her judgment. And I want to say that I reject that. I reject emotional manipulation.
I really fully believe God's role for me here is to possibly play a role in getting this whole thing to a better place.
Put it at a percentage that you saw that the girl in the ponytail matches the description of Erika Kirk. What percentage would you put that at?
That's 95 to 99%. That was that person. They were there.
What I really want is for Candace to move on from Turning Point and Erika. I have no problem with her asking questions, but not about them.
Erika is the reason Charlie even got involved in the Falkirk Center. And then the spinoff of Turning Point USA Faith, she was brought in as his handler to move him in that direction. She had him starry-eyed and wrapped around her finger.
Look, Candace has the right to ask the questions she wants to ask.
Starting to work through some of the questions that people have about her background, about the charities that she was involved in and the overseas stuff. And, she says she lived in China, and she says that she lived in Costa Rica, and when and for what. I do intend on doing an episode dedicated to that in the future.
So I'm really just not in the mood. I'm not her policeman. I don't want to be her policeman. You don't like her, don't click on her face.
And I'll say it again. Please stop.
It's a no from me.
That is not someone I wish to attack. I won't do it.
I think
Now it's like a point of pride.